Whoa. Wow. Holy Bible. All right. Let's see what we got here. This one is the King James Version of the Bible. It dates back to, let's say, early 1600s, right? We got here the New Revised Standard Version, 1989. This one was donated by Miss Edith Cromwell. Thank you, Edith. It's nice. Ooh, this one's colorful. The Contemporary English Version. Wow. I could go on and on and on and on and on. The Bible and all its different translations. How does one decide? Well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Nope, that does not work well. The Bible's could Rochambeau for it, play a little rock, paper, scissors. Of course, it'd always be a tie since they're all paper. Thanks. All right, how many Bibles are there and how do we decide which one to pick up? Well, that's why we are talking about the Bible translations on this episode of Chuck Knows Church. The entire Bible has been translated into over 500 languages from its original writings in Greek, Aramaic, and Hebrew. And there are at least some portions of the Bible in over 2,500 languages. And no wonder there are innumerable translations. A Latin version of the Bible dominated Western Christianity through the Middle Ages called the Vulgate, or Common Version, not to be confused with toothpaste for vultures. Vulgate. The Vulgate was a late 4th century translation, largely the work of a man named Jerome. Just Jerome. I don't know if that was his first or last name. Around here, we just call him Jerome. Jerome was commissioned by Pope Damasus I in 382 AD. Now, the Hebrew Bible, the Tanakh, was only mostly written in Hebrew. Some portions were actually in Aramaic. And while the New Testament was written in Greek, the original Greek writings written by the original authors of the New Testament have not survived, but copies have, transmitted and preserved in a number of different versions. Now, scholars have been trying to classify their relative reliability for centuries. Ancient scribes, copied the earlier books and sometimes wrote notes in the margin to correct or comment about the text. And then when later scribes were, copying the copy, they were sometimes confused by the note. Is it corrected text or just a comment or a reminder to buy milk? Now, over time, different regions, different versions, new omissions, various editions. Again, no surprise, another version of the Bible. Now, a 2012 survey from the Christian Booksellers Association lists the most popular versions of the Bible sold by their members in the United States. The top 3, based on both dollar and unit sales, are the New Living Translation, the King James Version, and the New International Version. That's right. Let's give them, sure, yeah, give them a big round of applause. All right. But hey, folks, let's not forget the American Standard Version, the Revised Standard Version,
the New International Version, English Standard Version, New Century Version, International Reader's Version, the Message, World English Bible, Common English Bible, English Bible, New Living Translation.
Whew. Wow. I'm sure I left a few out there. In the United Methodist Church, the most often used translation is the New Revised Standard Version. However, I don't think it matters as much which one you pick up, as long as you do pick one up. In all its translations, the Bible remains the best-selling book of all time. Not only God's interaction with people throughout history, but a way to better understand what God is saying to us today. To learn more, ask your pastor. Tell them Chuck sent you.